Okay. We already did a 2024 update on StreamYard, but we was a little premature because now StreamYard got some new updates that you just got to see. So what I'm gonna do is go over those right quick. It's not that many of them. Stuff like dark mode, where you can use camera shapes. You can also save your studio, so you can what they call reusable studios. You can also put an intro and an outro on your video, so when you go live, your intro automatically plays or your outro automatically plays when you finish that stream. Okay, so we're just gonna go over those few updates right quick. So the deal is StreamYard was bought out by a new company, and they are finally making the updates and giving people their update. We don't know if it's gonna be a pricing change or what. So you have to go over to StreamYard's website and read up on some of the new things that's going on with that particular software. But right now, I'm just going to show you these few things or these few updates that we didn't cover in our 2024 update last week. So we're going to bring it to you now. So one of the first things we're going to cover, because we already went over all the basics, so you have to go see those other videos on how to StreamYard, basic StreamYard, or basic live streaming on those sites in order to see what's going on. So as you know, you can live stream, record, and on-air webinar. Right now, I'm doing what you call a recording. So if I wanted to record, I can hit here, and then we can name our recording. So we're just gonna name it live stream, and then we're gonna create recording. Now, as always, I like to use virtual cameras, so I come in from another program. But if you want to change your camera to, say, your Facebook cam, you will see that I have mines with the green screen, etc. in the background. So that's my computer cam. But I like to use my virtual camera, which allows me to do different types of setups or have different types of backgrounds. As you see, this is virtual camera coming in from another source. Okay, so we pretty much got our audio set to MacBook Pro, so we didn't use the Yeti or we didn't use the Sennheisers or anything like that. So we've been through most of these. So one of the things that you can probably look for as far as recording, you see you have your record locally for each presentation. So everything in here is pretty much the same, except for one good thing. One good thing about this is now where you used to have to pay for full HD 1080, now it comes automatically in most of your tiers. So you have to check that out. Over StreamYard, they have new names for their programs. So you have standard, you have core, you have advanced, you have 3 different names from what we are accustomed to in the past, but 1080 automatically comes in there. So now you can share your screen or switch your cameras to 1080. You still have to pay if you want to go and have 2 cameras, so we all know about how that goes. So we pretty much been through all of this, the recordings, so you see the hotkeys and you see the guests on how you do about your guests. Now the cool thing about his guests, as you know, when you get a guest, normally you send them an email, and that is where the reusable studio come in at. So when you want to do a reusable, so if we go back here, I can go right here and click reusable, and I can give this reusable a name. So if I create a reusable, let's say replay, we're just gonna name it replay for right now. So I can say create reusable studio. So it's gonna give me a new studio. So now this reusable studio is the same as the one I just showed you, so I'm going to go in here. Now the cool thing about this reusable studio is if you look down here in the reusable studios, you see it named right here, which I named the replay. So anytime I want to go in here, I can use this particular studio in order to have the same parameters set that I had in my previous live stream, whereas before you had to do it all over again. Sometime it came back right, sometime it didn't. But now you just enter that studio is already there. So if you sent out an email to your guests, that's already in that reusable studio. So whatever I do in this reusable studio, whenever I come back to it, it's going to be there. So let's enter this reusable studio, and as you see, it's the same. When you want to put yourself on camera, you got to add yourself to the stage. So I'm going to add myself to the stage, and as you see, we're operating in 1080 opposed to the usual 720 that we operate in. Now that's pretty much popping from what it used to be, because you know StreamYard used to have a little bit of glare on it, a little bit of, especially when using 720. So now you're getting a better grade of video because now most of their platforms is in 1080p. Now, so in order for me to cover some of the new things that's in here, we have to go over here in our, we can do our banner area. So all that's pretty much the same. If we go on our brand, here's where you would see some of the things that you can do in your brand. For example, if I want to change the shape of my camera, we didn't have this before. Default cameras, that's pretty much new. So if I change it to a square, I can change it to a square, and I can change it to a circle. Now, we wouldn't normally broadcast or do a live stream in these particular formats, but if I'm using, say, StreamYard as a screen capture, then these particular shapes will come in handy. You'll see that I can shape my camera down in the corner, which I'm gonna show you later when we show you how to share screen, so we can show you that. So we got our normal display. If I want to show a display, here is the name of my thing. But since I have a custom lower third already in here, then we're not doing that. This is also where if I want to do display a name, edit display, etc., etc. So we're gonna cut those off. We're gonna cut those back off. Now we're gonna go into this particular part where if you look down here, down where it says overlays or video clips, you'll see in video clips that you now have something new in video clips called intro video and outro video. So if I want to do an intro video, I could pick one of these and I can click that, and then I could set as my intro video, and then I can have an outro video. I could just set that. I'm using it backwards because I want to make a point. I could set that as my outro video. So now, whenever I go live, that intro is going to play when I tell it, if I tell it to play it, and that outro is going to play. So if I go up here and go live, then that is where it would be. It would be right in here where we go when we do our live streaming. We'll be right in there. So we'll be able to tell those two particular things to play. We also have a mode that we can find in here. So that's one of the new updates. You can go into dark mode or light mode as far as how you want to present yourself or how you want to present your cameras and different things like that. So let's see if we can find it over here because I forgot where it is. So I think it's pretty much in layouts, is it? No, let's try cameras. Mirror, touch up camera. It's in here because I saw it. So you see it down here at the bottom. You see where it say appearance. This is our new modes. So I can go dark mode, and now everything is in dark mode, which is a little different from what we accustomed to in StreamYard. But you can also go dark mode, and you can present yourself this way on StreamYard as well. So you can have your guests down here in the queue. It's just a new thing that you can go in dark mode. So I'm gonna pretty much stay in light mode for right now. So if I want to switch back to dark mode, I can. I just go back to general, and now we're back in light mode. So as you see, those are the two new things that's in StreamYard. So we covered reusable studios, we covered light and dark mode, we covered intro and outro videos, and we covered something else. 1080p. So these are some of the new things that's now in StreamYard. So go over, check it out. Make sure if you're going to use StreamYard, for those of you who already know StreamYard, I'm not pretty much talking to you, but for those of you who haven't never used StreamYard, we want you to go over to the link below and get your version of StreamYard today and start your live streaming. Hey, till next time, I'm Danland Pro.